The SR-72, the son of Blackbird, is now inching ever closer to its grand appearance, though it's still perhaps a decade until it enters full service. But we do have enough to piece together a somewhat clear picture of what the SR-72 might look like. An aircraft which, if the rumored speeds are anything to go by, should be able to reach anywhere on the planet in an hour or less.
The USAF just revealed that the SR-72 Darkstar, a hypersonic beast capable of outrunning missiles and reaching Mach 6, is finally ready to take flight. This could redefine modern warfare as we know it. But is this futuristic aircraft everything they've promised? Or is there more to the story? SR-71's reign ends, but what comes next? When the SR-71 Blackbird was retired, it left a massive void in the world of aerial reconnaissance. This aircraft was a symbol of U.S. military dominance, clocking in at Mach 3.3, dodging over 4,000 missiles, and flying higher than any other reconnaissance plane in the world. So why, after all its success, was it grounded in 1989? Many believe it wasn't about the plane's abilities, but more about politics and money. Detractors in Congress, many of whom had little understanding of the SR-71's significance, saw it as an expensive relic. It was rumored that the military exaggerated the cost to keep it flying, with some claims suggesting it cost $400 million to $700 million annually. These figures may have been inflated to sway decisions in Washington. Could internal rivalries have played a part in grounding this legend? The SR-71 wasn't just any aircraft. Designed by Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works under the leadership of Clarence Kelly Johnson, it was the pinnacle of stealth, speed, and endurance. But as the Cold War wound down, priorities shifted. Satellite technology was advancing, and some believed spy satellites could replace manned flights. However, not everyone agreed. Pilots who flew the SR-71 often claimed there was nothing quite like it, being able to gather intelligence on the ground from 85,000 feet, all while evading missile attacks and enemy radar. This was a plane that outran the very weapons designed to destroy it. What really set the Blackbird apart was its versatility. It was used in countless missions, from Vietnam to the Middle East. In one instance, during a mission over North Vietnam, the North Vietnamese fired no fewer than 800 missiles at the SR-71, none of which hit their target. The Blackbird simply outran them, leaving the enemy's best defenses in the dust. But despite its unparalleled capabilities, political pressure continued to mount. By the late 1980s, the SR-71's future was hanging by a thread. It wasn't just the cost that sealed its fate. Rumors circulated about behind-the-scenes power plays. Some in the Pentagon believed a newer, better plane was already in the works, one that could surpass even the SR-71. But what if that successor didn't exist yet? The Blackbird's retirement left many wondering if the U.S. was prematurely giving up one of its greatest assets. As the SR-71 was being decommissioned, many Blackbird fans held out hope that it would somehow be revived. After all, it wasn't just a plane, it was a cultural icon. Even Hollywood paid homage to it in films like Top Gun, where its sleek design and unbeatable speed were admired. But the reality was harsher. By the 1990s, the last airworthy SR-71s were being transferred to NASA for research, and most were sent to museums. So, if the SR-71 was truly the king of the skies, why were its wings clipped? Was it really about the money? Or were there forces at play that didn't want the Blackbird soaring anymore? How A-12's secret evolution created the Blackbird. Before the SR-71 Blackbird claimed its place as the ultimate reconnaissance aircraft, there was the A-12, an even more secretive and highly experimental spy plane. The A-12 was born out of necessity. In the late 1950s, U.S. intelligence was falling behind due to increasingly advanced Soviet radar systems. The U-2, America's top spy plane at the time, was becoming more vulnerable to detection. When CIA pilot Gary Powers was shot down in 1960 over Soviet airspace in his U-2, it became clear that the U.S. needed something faster, higher, and more elusive. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works, led by the legendary Kelly Johnson, was tasked with building this next-generation plane. The A-12 was designed under a veil of secrecy, codenamed Archangel. Johnson's team aimed to create an aircraft that could fly at Mach 3, at altitudes so high that it would be nearly impossible to shoot down. But stealth was also key, so the A-12 was designed with advanced materials and shapes to minimize its radar signature. According to reports, this plane could fly so high and fast that it could literally outrun surface-to-air missiles. Despite being groundbreaking, the A-12's development was plagued with challenges. One of the biggest hurdles was the heat generated by the extreme speeds it was designed to reach. At Mach 3, the aircraft's skin temperature would rise to over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which could easily melt traditional materials. Johnson's team had to innovate, turning to titanium, a rare and difficult material to work with but essential to withstand the heat. What's ironic is that much of the titanium needed for the A-12 had to be sourced secretly from the Soviet Union, the very adversary the plane was designed to spy on. This ironic twist, kept secret for years, only adds to the lore of the A-12's development. Once operational, the A-12 entered service in the early 1960s, conducting covert missions over hostile territories, including North Vietnam. In fact, one of its most notable operations was Operation Black Shield, where the A-12 was deployed to gather intelligence during the Vietnam War. Flying at speeds of Mach 3.2, it snapped photos of missile sites and enemy installations, while enemy radar systems struggled to keep up. But despite its success, the A-12's life in the skies was short-lived. By 1968, the A-12 was retired, and its more advanced sibling, the SR-71 Blackbird, took its place. So why was the A-12 retired so quickly? Part of the answer lies in its limitations. While the A-12 was fast, it was also a single-seat aircraft, which limited its versatility in complex missions. The SR-71, on the other hand, had a two-seat cockpit, one for the pilot and one for a reconnaissance systems officer. This added capacity for intelligence gathering and communication during missions made the SR-71 a more effective tool. Additionally, by the late 1960s, the U.S. was transitioning more and more towards satellite reconnaissance, which reduced the need for manned spy planes. But the A-12 had paved the way, setting the foundation for the SR-71's success. Still, there are those who believe that the A-12 never got the recognition it deserved. It was faster and had a smaller radar cross-section than the SR-71, making it a more elusive target for enemy defenses. Yet, it was overshadowed by its successor. But was that entirely fair? Some insiders speculate that the A-12 was scrapped in favor of the SR-71 because of internal politics within the military and intelligence communities. Others believe that the U.S. government wanted to consolidate its resources behind a single platform. Either way, the A-12's legacy is often overshadowed by the Blackbird. Was the A-12 simply ahead of its time, or did it fall victim to internal rivalries and shifting priorities? What secrets remain buried with this aircraft's untimely retirement? SR-71, Blackbird dodged missiles and shattered records. When the SR-71 Blackbird entered service in 1966, it didn't just replace the A-12, it redefined what was possible in aerial reconnaissance. This sleek, jet-black aircraft wasn't just fast, it was the fastest plane ever built, and to this day, no other manned jet has come close to surpassing its records. With a cruising speed of Mach 3.3 and an altitude of 85,000 feet, the SR-71 flew at the edge of space, gathering intelligence over hostile territory, while enemy defenses scrambled in vain to lock onto it. One of the most astonishing aspects of the SR-71's legacy is how it evaded thousands of missile attacks during its missions. Over the course of its service, more than 4,000 surface-to-air missiles were fired at the Blackbird, but not a single one managed to hit its mark. In Vietnam alone, 800 missiles were launched against the SR-71, all to no avail. The aircraft's speed and altitude made it nearly untouchable. In many cases, the Blackbird would detect missile launches and simply accelerate, leaving the threat behind. Pilots often joked that the SR-71 didn't have to rely on evasive maneuvers. It just outran the danger. However, it wasn't just speed that made the SR-71 special. The aircraft was equipped with some of the most advanced reconnaissance technology of its time. Its cameras could capture images from 80,000 feet that were so detailed they could reveal objects as small as a foot long on the ground. It also had signals intelligence capabilities, allowing it to intercept communications and radar signals from enemy forces. During missions over North Vietnam, the SR-71 not only photographed missile sites, but also monitored enemy radar systems, feeding crucial information back to U.S. forces in real time. One of the Blackbird's most famous records came in 1976, when it set the record for the fastest jet aircraft, flying at a mind-boggling speed of Mach 3.3. That record still stands today. In fact, the SR-71 also holds the record for the fastest flight time between London and New York, just under 2 hours. It was during this record-breaking flight that the SR-71 demonstrated not only its speed, but also its endurance. The aircraft was designed to fly long-range missions, capable of covering vast distances while evading enemy defenses. Despite its remarkable achievements, the SR-71 was not without controversy. In 1989, the U.S. Air Force decided to retire the Blackbird, a decision that stunned many in the military and aviation communities. The reasons given were high operational costs and the belief that satellites could handle much of the intelligence-gathering work that the SR-71 had done. However, rumors persisted that the real reason was political. Some alleged that rival factions within the Air Force wanted to divert funding toward newer aircraft, like the F-22 Raptor and the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. Others speculated that the SR-71's advanced technology was no longer seen as cutting edge, and that the U.S. was developing an even more advanced reconnaissance aircraft behind closed doors. What's clear is that the Blackbird's retirement left a significant gap in the U.S. military's aerial reconnaissance capabilities. For years after its retirement, many within the military pushed for its return, even lobbying Congress to fund the restoration of a handful of SR-71s for specific missions. In the 1990s, NASA briefly operated a few Blackbirds for research purposes, but by the early 2000s, the last operational SR-71s were finally grounded for good. With over 4,000 missiles fired and not a single hit, how did the SR-71 stay untouchable for decades? And did politics really ground the Blackbird before its time? The SR-72 drone is faster than you can imagine. When Lockheed Martin announced the SR-72, dubbed the son of Blackbird, aviation enthusiasts were both stunned and excited. Could a new hypersonic aircraft truly replace the SR-71? The SR-72, designed by Lockheed's famed Skunk Works division, promised to fly at speeds double that of its predecessor. Where the SR-71 maxed out at around Mach 3.3, the SR-72 was being designed to hit an unprecedented Mach 6, so fast that it would make the Blackbird look like a commercial jet in comparison. But developing a plane that could hit Mach 6 is no simple task. The speeds the SR-72 is projected to reach generate incredible heat, enough to melt most materials. Engineers had to overcome challenges that far surpassed anything they'd encountered with the SR-71. While the Blackbird's titanium body could handle the heat generated at Mach 3, a new generation of materials was needed to withstand the extreme temperatures at Mach 6. Early reports suggest that the SR-72 will be built using advanced carbon composites and ceramics that can survive temperatures well above 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The heart of the SR-72's power is its engine. Lockheed teamed up with Aerojet Rocketdyne to develop a new propulsion system capable of handling multiple flight modes. The SR-72 will rely on a combination of traditional jet engines and something called a scramjet, a type of engine that only works at supersonic speeds. The scramjet is designed to kick in once the aircraft reaches around Mach 3, allowing it to accelerate to hypersonic speeds. This combination of technologies could allow the SR-72 to fly faster than any other aircraft in history. However, The project hasn't been without controversy. Some skeptics in the aviation community have questioned whether such a plane can be built at all. Hypersonic flight brings with it a host of engineering challenges, including extreme heat and pressure that can cause the aircraft structure to fail. The SR-72 will need to be both light enough to fly and durable enough to withstand the stresses of hypersonic travel. Some critics wonder whether Lockheed's ambitious plans are too far-fetched, and whether the SR-72 will ever make it off the drawing board. Rumors have also circulated that the US government is hesitant to fully fund the SR-72 project. With the growing focus on unmanned aerial vehicles and satellite technology, some officials believe that the days of manned reconnaissance flights are over. The SR-72, after all, is expected to be an unmanned drone, but that hasn't stopped Lockheed from pushing forward. In 2013, the company announced that the first prototype could be flying as early as 2025. While some are skeptical, Lockheed has remained tight-lipped about the project's current status. So, will the SR-72 live up to the hype? Some believe it could be the next great leap in aviation technology, capable of gathering intelligence at unprecedented speeds while remaining virtually undetectable by enemy radar. Others worry that the challenges of hypersonic flight may prove too great, even for Lockheed's top engineers. If the SR-72 does make it to operational status, it could change the landscape of aerial warfare forever, enabling the US to strike anywhere in the world in just minutes. What's even more intriguing is how the SR-72 might be used in combination with hypersonic missiles. The ability to launch a missile at Mach 6 from an aircraft already traveling at such speeds presents mind-boggling possibilities for the future of warfare. In 2018, Russia claimed to have developed its own hypersonic missiles, sparking a new kind of arms race. Could the SR-72 be America's answer to that challenge? Will the SR-72 redefine hypersonic warfare? The SR-72, if it comes to fruition, could redefine the future of warfare. In an age where speed is paramount, being able to fly at Mach 6 would give the US military an unprecedented advantage. Imagine a reconnaissance drone capable of crossing continents in mere minutes, gathering intelligence, and returning to base before the enemy even knew it was there. The SR-72 isn't just fast, it's potentially undetectable. Its hypersonic speed would make it impossible for current missile systems to track, much less shoot down. But how realistic is this vision? While Lockheed Martin has promised a prototype by 2025, there has been very little concrete information released about the project's progress. This has led to speculation that the SR-72 may be stuck in development hell, with some wondering whether it will ever see the light of day. Others suggest that the US military may be keeping the SR-72's development under wraps for strategic reasons, only unveiling it when it's ready for deployment. After all, the US has a history of keeping advanced aircraft projects secret until the very last minute. If the SR-72 does become operational, its impact could be profound. Hypersonic flight could revolutionize not only reconnaissance, but also strike capabilities. With hypersonic missiles already in development, an aircraft like the SR-72 could potentially launch these weapons at speeds that would make them virtually unstoppable. Imagine a missile launched at Mach 6, already traveling faster than any defense system could respond to. That's the kind of power the SR-72 could bring to the battlefield. There's also the question of what other nations are doing in response to the SR-72. Russia has already announced its development of hypersonic missiles, and China is reportedly working on its own hypersonic aircraft. This has led some to worry that we're on the brink of a new arms race, one focused on speed and technology rather than sheer firepower. Could the SR-72 be the key to maintaining US military dominance in the face of these new threats? The SR-72 may also have civilian applications. Some experts have speculated that the technology developed for the SR-72 could eventually be used in commercial aviation, allowing passengers to fly from New York to Tokyo in under 2 hours. While this may sound like science fiction, the potential for hypersonic travel could change the world in ways we haven't even begun to imagine. However, these possibilities are still far off. For now, the focus remains on developing a military platform that can meet the demands of modern warfare. Lockheed Martin's secrecy around the SR-72 project has only fueled more rumors. Some allege that the U.S. military has already tested a hypersonic aircraft in secret, possibly even achieving speeds close to Mach 10. While there's no hard evidence to support these claims, the speculation persists. Another key concern is cost. Developing a hypersonic aircraft like the SR-72 is not cheap. The U.S. military is already facing budget constraints as it balances multiple priorities, including new fighter jets, bombers, and drones. Some critics argue that the SR-72, while impressive, may not be worth the expense. Despite the challenges, Lockheed Martin remains confident. The company has pointed to breakthroughs in materials science and engine design that have brought the SR-72 closer to reality. In fact, some insiders claim that Lockheed has already solved many of the key engineering problems associated with hypersonic flight. If true, this would be a game changer, not just for the U.S. military, but for the future of aviation.
Construction and design. The USS Gerald R. Ford stands as a true giant of the sea, a marvel of modern engineering that redefines what an aircraft carrier can be. This massive vessel is not just a ship, it's a floating fortress capable of turning the tide of battle. As the largest and most advanced aircraft carrier ever built, it commands attention wherever it goes. Imagine the impact of its mere presence on the morale of allies and adversaries alike. Weighing over 100,000 tons and stretching more than 1,100 feet, the ship dominates the horizon, announcing its presence as a game-changer in aquatic warfare. But the story of this carrier goes beyond its impressive size. It's a tale of ingenuity and determination, where thousands of skilled workers joined forces for over a decade to create this mighty ship. What does it take to build something that changes the rules of the game? This surface ship is made with upgraded materials and technology, focusing on stealth, strength, and efficiency. It marks a bold leap into the future of nautical combat, with every detail crafted for success. The design and construction of this carrier set new standards. Using modern modular techniques, different sections of the warcraft were built separately and then assembled seamlessly. This innovative approach not only sped up construction, but also ensured top-notch quality. The carrier's flight deck is larger than ever, boosting aircraft sortie rates by an incredible 33%. How does this boost in capability transform sea-based battles? It means it can unleash a powerful wave of air power when it matters most. Equipped for the latest generation of fighter jets, including the elite F-35C Lightning II, this carrier is ready for any challenge. Its command center, known as the Island, has been redesigned to optimize flight operations and improve visibility. This upgrade enhances situational awareness, making this marine unit not just a ship, but a swift predator on the ocean, ready to tackle threats with unmatched speed and precision. What strategies will emerge as this carrier integrates high-end technology into its operations? In a world where seafaring power is crucial for stability, this floating fortress is more than just another ship in the fleet. It symbolizes American strength, showing allies and enemies that the United States is prepared to defend its interests. This remarkable aircraft carrier is not just a feat of engineering, it's a sign of the future, representing innovation and the spirit of American determination. As the USS Gerald R. Ford sails into the future, it's clear that this is only the beginning. With each mission, it sets a new standard for naval power. With its unmatched capabilities and futuristic technology, this carrier is poised to redefine naval warfare and assert American dominance on the global stage. It stands as a powerful symbol of peace and security on the high seas, ensuring that the U.S. Navy remains a formidable force against any threat. The legacy of this carrier will shape oceanic operations for years to come, reminding the world of what can be achieved when innovation meets unwavering resolve. How will its advanced capabilities influence offshore strategies in the years to come? Missile systems and defense capabilities. The USS Gerald R. Ford is a powerhouse of modern warfare, brimming with missile systems and defensive technologies designed to confront any threat on the horizon. Equipped with pioneering weaponry like the Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, ESSM, and Rolling Airframe Missiles, RAM. This carrier can intercept incoming missiles and hostile aircraft with incredible accuracy, It's not just a ship, it's a major force to be reckoned with, embodying the trailblazing capabilities of the U.S. Navy. The ESSM system is crucial for the carrier's defense, engineered to engage fast and agile anti-ship missiles that pose a serious threat to coastal defense operations. As a missile hurtles toward the carrier, every second counts. Each missile is equipped with sophisticated guidance systems, ensuring it hits its target with pinpoint precision. This means that no matter how swift or evasive an enemy missile might be, the ESSM is ready to respond with lethal effectiveness. In this high-stakes game of cat and mouse, will the carrier's defenses hold strong against ever-evolving threats? The RAM system acts as the last line of defense, firing quickly and accurately to take out threats that get too close. Together, these systems create a layered defense that fortifies the frigate, safeguarding it against a myriad of attacks. Enhancing its formidable defenses is the Phalanx Close-In Weapon System, or the CIWS, an automated system that can rapidly eliminate approaching threats. Consider it a relentless sentry, standing guard with unwavering vigilance, ready to take down any enemy that dares to approach. The CIWS operates with lightning speed and relentless accuracy, making it an essential component of the carrier's defensive arsenal. Its ability to react instantly to incoming threats ensures that the battleship remains impenetrable in the heat of battle. The carrier is also outfitted with upgraded radar and sensor systems that provide outstanding situational awareness, allowing it to detect and track multiple targets simultaneously. In the chaotic world of offshore combat, this capability can mean the difference between victory and defeat. The cruiser is poised to operate in dangerous waters, maintaining dominance over adversaries, including the rapidly advancing Chinese Navy. This technological edge sends a clear message. America is prepared to defend its interests on the open sea. Additionally, the carrier boasts the Integrated Defense Electronic Countermeasures, or IDECM system, which shields it from electronic threats and enemy radar. Where battles can be won or lost in the digital realm, this technology is vital. This new technology strengthens the carrier's defenses, guarding against unseen dangers that could compromise its operations. With this advanced system in place, will it change the dynamics of marine warfare? The IDECM is another layer of protection that ensures the warship remains one step ahead of potential threats, ready to neutralize any attempt to breach its security. With these powerful systems, the USS Gerald R. Ford stands tall as a symbol of American military strength, projecting power and protecting U.S. interests around the globe. As it sails into uncertain waters, it does so with the confidence of a modern marvel, equipped to face whatever challenges may lie ahead. This carrier not only embodies progressive naval warfare, but also represents the unwavering resolve of the United States to maintain peace and security across the world's oceans. How does this commitment to naval strength influence global perceptions of U.S. military power? Power and propulsion. Powering this colossal vessel are two A-1B nuclear reactors, which deliver significantly more energy than their predecessors. This revolutionary power source is a game-changer, enabling the carrier to redefine what's possible at sea. The immense power enables the carrier to achieve speeds exceeding 30 knots, offering virtually unlimited range. As a result, it can remain at sea for extended periods without the need for refueling. A crucial capability in today's complex maritime landscape. With the ability to operate efficiently and effectively, this advanced carrier is always prepared to respond rapidly to emerging threats. In the time where national security hinges on swift action, its presence alone sends a strong message about the U.S. Navy's readiness. The increased power generation capacity supports the ship's advanced weapon systems, sensors, and electronic warfare capabilities. Can you imagine the potential for coordinated strikes and sophisticated defenses, all fueled by this powerful core? The propulsion system, combined with the carrier's streamlined hull design, ensures enhanced maneuverability and stability, even in rough seas. This combination of power and performance makes the ship a formidable presence on the world's oceans, ready to respond to any challenge. The A-1B reactors represent a significant upgrade from the previous generation, offering a threefold increase in electrical power generation. This surplus energy is crucial for the carrier's innovative systems, including its electromagnetic, catapults, and energy weapons. The up-to-date technologies allow for quicker launch times and greater efficiency during operations, transforming the USS Gerald R. Ford into a frontline warship that redefines what a naval carrier can achieve. With such advancements, the possibilities for aerial operations seem limitless. The propulsion system of this frigate is built for greater efficiency, which lowers maintenance needs and operational costs. This means the carrier can spend more time on missions instead of being stuck in dry dock. As a result, it is always ready to respond quickly to crises and threats around the world. In an unpredictable global landscape, this readiness is a vital advantage. With this up-to-the-minute propulsion system, the carrier sets a new standard for effectiveness, making sure the U.S. Navy stays strong and ready to handle any challenges that arise on the high seas. The carrier's contemporary hull design minimizes drag, enhancing fuel efficiency and speed. This sleek silhouette not only cuts through the waves, but also represents a leap forward in naval engineering. This design also incorporates improved survivability features, such as better compartmentalization and forefront damage control systems, ensuring the ship can withstand and recover from battle damage. Where sea-based warfare is increasingly complex, these enhancements provide a vital edge, allowing the new aircraft carrier to maintain operational effectiveness even under the most challenging circumstances. In an era where coastal superiority is vital, the USS Gerald R. Ford stands ready to dominate the seas. It is more than just a vessel. It is a symbol of American power and technological prowess. The combination of ahead-of-its-time reactors, efficient propulsion, and ultra-modern design makes it a game-changer in maritime operations. As global tensions rise and maritime threats evolve, this combat ship is prepared to meet any challenge head-on. Its superior capabilities ensure that it remains an essential asset in the U.S. Navy's fleet, a sentinel of freedom on the high seas. This floating fortress embodies the future of marine warfare, making it clear that America is committed to securing its interests at sea. With its unmatched power and cutting-edge technology, it stands ready to confront any adversary, proving that the U.S. Navy will not back down in the face of danger. What transformative impact will the U.S. Navy's innovative technologies have on the future of naval warfare? Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System. One of the most groundbreaking features of the USS Gerald R. Ford is its EMALS, the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System. This innovative system replaces the traditional steam catapults found on older carriers, offering numerous advantages that redefine naval aviation. EMALS uses electromagnetic energy to launch aircraft more smoothly and efficiently, significantly reducing wear and tear on both the aircraft and the carrier. What kind of impact does this revolutionary system have on operational effectiveness? It allows for the launch of a wider variety of aircraft, including heavier and UAVs, short for unmanned aerial vehicles, enhancing the carrier's versatility and adaptability. The increased launch rate and reliability of EMALS dramatically improve the carrier's operational capabilities, enabling it to project air power more effectively. How does this technology represent a significant leap forward in carrier operations? It ensures the fortress can maintain air superiority in any theater of operations, particularly in response to the growing capabilities of rival navies like China's. As potential threats evolve, having a launch system that adapts to various missions is essential for maintaining dominance in the skies. EMALS not only boosts the efficiency of aircraft launches, but also enhances the safety and flexibility of flight operations. The system's precise control over launch forces reduces stress on airframes, ultimately extending the lifespan of the carrier's aircraft. This enhancement protects valuable assets and ensures that the crew can focus on mission readiness without the constant worry of equipment failure. Additionally, EMALS can launch aircraft at a higher rate, enabling the carrier to respond more rapidly to threats and changing mission requirements. Consider the tactical advantage of deploying air power in the blink of an eye, adapting seamlessly to the ever-shifting dynamics of the battlefield. The ability to launch a broader range of aircraft types, including future unmanned systems, keeps this warship at the forefront of shipborne aviation technology, vital for competing with new Chinese carriers. This adaptability is crucial in maintaining air dominance over potential adversaries, particularly as China continues to develop its own carrier fleet. When speed and flexibility are paramount, how does the ability to launch and recover aircraft swiftly ensure that the U.S. Navy remains a formidable force? The EMALS system exemplifies innovation and underscores America's commitment to maintaining maritime superiority. As naval warfare evolves, the capabilities of this oceanic powerhouse will play a pivotal role in future operations. With the integration of emails, this carrier is set to redefine how air power is projected, ensuring that the U.S. Navy stays one step ahead of emerging threats. This groundbreaking technology solidifies the USS Gerald R. Ford as a leader in sea aviation, ready to face any challenges that arise on the high seas, especially in the context of countering new Chinese carriers. How will this new technology change the way the U.S. Navy operates in a changing world? Crew and operational readiness. This aircraft carrier is engineered to operate with a smaller crew than previous carriers, leveraging refined automation and high-tech systems that redefine fleet efficiency. With the capacity to accommodate around 4,500 personnel, including the air wing, this monumental vessel provides a comfortable and functional living environment for extended deployments. As the crew settles into their modern quarters, they are equipped to face the challenges of the high seas with camaraderie and resilience. This modern carrier is equipped with state-of-the-art amenities designed to ensure the well-being of its crew, making it easier to endure long periods at sea. The innovative technology and streamlined operations significantly reduce the workload on personnel, allowing them to focus on mission-critical tasks. In an age where every second counts, this focus on efficiency enhances operational readiness, transforming this ship into a relentless powerhouse of maritime defense. How will the integration of advanced automation change the dynamics of naval operations in the years to come? Comprehensive training programs and next-generation simulation systems keep the crew on their toes, ready for any scenario that may arise. What happens when the unexpected strikes? The answer lies in the rigorous preparation and unwavering commitment to excellence, ensuring that the carrier remains poised to respond to emerging threats at a moment's notice. This relentless pursuit of readiness solidifies this floating fortress's status as a cornerstone of U.S. naval power, a bulwark against those who would challenge America's dominance on the seas. The reduced crew size offers a significant tactical advantage, slashing operational costs and easing the logistical burdens associated with a larger crew. With fewer personnel on board, the carrier can streamline its supply chain, leading to more efficient use of resources and enhanced operational capabilities. This is crucial during prolonged deployments when logistical support can become an arduous endeavor. Living quarters are designed not just for comfort, but for optimal functionality, featuring improved amenities and recreational facilities that foster a sense of community. In the heart of the ocean, where isolation can loom large, how does the well-being of the crew influence their mission success? Happy and healthy personnel are more likely to excel, ensuring that the carrier remains an indomitable asset in any maritime operation. The thoughtfulness in the design of living spaces, dining areas, and recreational facilities enhances morale and reinforces a shared purpose among the crew. Leading-edge training programs, including immersive virtual reality simulations and live-fire exercises, keep the crew sharp, ready to tackle any challenge. These high-stakes scenarios build confidence and competence, preparing them for the harsh realities of modern warfare. The carrier's integrated command and control systems facilitate seamless coordination between different departments, ensuring that every operation runs like a well-oiled machine. In a rapidly evolving global landscape, the warship stands as a beacon of American sea power, embodying the future of maritime warfare. As the U.S. Navy navigates new challenges, how crucial will this vessel be in projecting power and maintaining security on the high seas? This carrier is not just a technological marvel, it is a symbol of resilience and adaptability, ready to face any storm that arises on the horizon. Will its advanced technologies enhance the Navy's ability to respond to emerging threats? Conclusion: the testing and deployment of this aircraft carrier signifies a pivotal moment in the U.S. Navy's strategy to counter the new generation of Chinese carriers. With its groundbreaking design, high-tech missile systems, unmatched propulsion, and innovative emails technology, this aircraft carrier showcases the best of American military strength. Its deployment serves as a powerful affirmation that the U.S. is fully equipped to respond to the growing challenges presented by China's expanding oceanic capabilities. As tensions escalate in global waters, this monster stands prepared to respond to any threats. In an age where naval power is critical, this carrier is essential for protecting American interests and ensuring stability on the high seas. Its evolved features enable rapid responses to evolving situations, reinforcing the U.S. commitment to maintaining freedom of navigation and upholding international law. The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just another carrier, it symbolizes America's resolve to maintain its maritime dominance. With China launching newer, more sophisticated carriers, this vessel represents a crucial part of the U.S. response, ensuring the safety of American allies and interests worldwide. The upgraded systems on board allow for greater operational efficiency, giving the carrier a significant edge in contested environments. Moreover, the carrier boasts impressive capabilities, including its powerful missile systems and modern radar technology, enabling it to engage multiple targets effectively. These advancements make it a formidable force in marine operations, ready to project power and deter aggression, especially from adversaries like China. Its presence in international waters reassures allies while serving as a clear warning to potential threats. In conclusion, the USS Gerald R. Ford is more than just a ship. It is a cornerstone of U.S. naval strategy in the face of new challenges from China. As it undergoes rigorous testing and prepares for deployment, it stands ready to confront any adversary, safeguarding American interests and reinforcing the principles of freedom and justice. This carrier not only represents the future of oceanic warfare, but also underscores America's unwavering commitment to maintaining its dominance on the high seas for years to come. What are your thoughts on the USS Gerald R. Ford and its groundbreaking capabilities? Could this transform the future of naval warfare? Share your insights in the comments. If you found this exploration of military power fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more unique insights into the advancements impacting our global security. See you in the next video.